Yeah, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Okakodash. Like today you have sun and you have bad weather also, you have both together. Yeah, it's like these times, you know, like the weather is even suffering under the current edition of rulership. Okay, even the weather is suffering. Okay. Yeah, we was reading about the remnant shall return to the Lord. Yeah, it doesn't matter what goes on in your life. Really, that's not the important point. Of course, you beware of being too busy investing in this world, right? But really, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't, ignore the laws, right? You know, you are no liar in the church, but in your personal life you are a liar, right? That would be a lie in itself, and that would be. This is what I mean with. That's not how it works, okay? But besides that, your personal life, okay, needs to be decent, okay, decent and in order, which means not being a completely different character in your how shall I call it, private life or real life, if you will, okay? Because this is our real life, okay? Doing videos, being on the streets, preaching, that is our real life. That's why we feel alive if we do these things, okay? Do I mean that you are a bad person because some days you cannot do a video, okay? Because maybe you don't find time, or you don't have the spirit on you to do a video. Then that's what it is. But the official order, for what I remember or what I heard, is 3 videos a week and 1 weekend. Okay. Looking, is this, are we going by the letter? No, but sometimes you see, for example, I see other brothers doing videos but being alone at camp, and I look how long their videos are. So of course I don't do a half-hour camp video when I'm alone also, if I see all the brothers doing a 1-hour video, right? For example. Okay? Yeah, there was a time so effed up in my life that I even did some weeks just 45 minutes, okay? But the next week I did maybe 1:15, okay? Yeah. But always trying to find the balance where you should look for it, which is the examples, okay, the good examples, okay. So of course that's even a better example. If somebody does a video, for example, maybe 2 hours spot doing alone camp, maybe that's best. Of course that's the best example, okay. You know, but you know what I mean, okay. Maybe it is for some brothers. It's even maybe more important to keep their private life some years or some months more in control, okay, than to do that one video more a week, right? For some, that is, it all has to do with certain, of course, phases in your life, but, you know. Okay. Yeah, so today, of course, we will read chapter 11, okay, before we continue talking, which we should not continue talking. Okay, so let's just read. Remnant shall return, right? So the remnant is the only Israelites that preach in the first place, or that do videos in the first place, okay, that give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone in the first place, which you don't believe in the doctrine of the elders and apostles of Great Millstone if you don't give double honors to them, okay? Hope that makes sense. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. Yeah, and so lucky for my English if I pronounce some words not right. Okay, I think you can understand me at least. Like, to be honest, this is not what you learn in the school system. Okay, this kind of English that the Bible is using of a lot of times. Okay, or that you use because here we don't speak English. Okay, we speak oftentimes. We speak English, but oftentimes we hear other languages. I hear more Arabic here in Germany than English. Or Turkish, okay, or what is it? Sometimes you hear Albanian or how I don't know how to say it. That language, Albania, I don't know. Of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears. But with righteousness shall he judge the pure, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the word of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked, and righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lying and the fatling together, and the little child shall lead them. Here you see some videos, okay, of these different countries. Okay, I don't go into it that much. Okay, where you have people living besides the jungle or some kind of wilderness. Okay, and then suddenly jaguar appears, okay, and sometimes these animals are already not really about hunting you down just because they see you. I saw a lot of that stuff, and some of these videos don't turn out, so that the big cat is basically killing that human being, but a lot of times that's the case. And these are the kind of videos you maybe also saw sometimes. Okay, like you have a lot of bear killings in general. Okay, which there's one dude I heard, he was saying, I don't fear bears. Okay, he was in a talk show. He said, I don't fear bears, I fear to be a policeman. But that is, I don't know why he said that, because a policeman is actually one of the safest jobs out there, okay? But you just have to handle all the things people say and do, not because they hate you, but because they hate the police, right? But it's not like you are a policeman and you die with a high chance in your life. That is not the case, okay? Yeah, but maybe he meant that if you know how bears are and how they behave in the wilderness, okay, you will not face them anyway, okay, you will not have problems anyway, okay. But I don't remember all the talk show, but it's one thing he said. I don't really understand what he means with that. Okay, there might be different aspects to what he said, on why he said it the way he said it, which I don't know, but the saying itself, yeah. What is it the time to be a policeman? I did a video about that, okay, not the time going to the police, and then I actually put I've set a private mark on it. Then I've set a public mark on it again. Then a private on it again. So I'm not sure. I'm sure it's not the time to be in the military. That's what I'm sure about. Okay, but I believe I set it on public again. Yes, that was the last thing that I did. Why? Because I studied the topic and I found out that as a policeman you also have to be on those outside missions, right, in a different city. Okay, in a different city, fighting leftists. I don't know, fighting white people. Okay, like if you have to do that, okay, then what you can do is you quit your job, right? But if you quit your job, yeah, you have a certain status, right? And I don't remember all the details, but that's why I set it on on public again, because there is a problem or complicated situation because of the status that you can say enjoy, but you can also say that you not enjoy in that situation. Okay, but what was it about? Yeah, so it's a really complicated thing. Okay, and also you have a lot of policemen, okay, shooting people because of knife, because everybody basically wears a knife today, right? So as a policeman, you are trained to shoot somebody that wants with a knife towards you, right? And that is because a knife is one of the most dangerous weapons that somebody possibly can have, okay? And that's why policemen have to or shoot most likely, okay, if you come near them and you pull out a knife, right? Because a knife can basically kill you off very quick if it's wide used and the length, okay? So yeah, that is not the common situation, okay, but there are a lot of complicated things for you to be a policeman in these days, okay? For some policemen, it's nothing more than to have 2 or 3 thieves in a day, okay, having not enough sleep in the night, okay, waking up at, okay, going to sleep, I don't know, 5 a.m., okay, waking up, okay, 8 a.m., I don't know, but you know, so it's not always the same, right? And to be a policeman is also very boring if you're not a policeman in, I don't know, some of those cities like you know, Stuttgart or Frankfurt or Berlin, okay, Berlin you have also a lot of crazy people, okay, shitting, okay, while you talk with them, and then they do this, right? Here, Superman, you you ever what was it? What was it? Yeah, a lot of stories that you hear from policemen or ex-policemen. Okay, also talking about the corruptness of the police system, right? And like you will have a lot of complicated things going on, which I don't suggest or recommend going to the police. Can I make a law out of it? No, I can't even make a law. I'm not in the position, okay, but what I know, not the time for military, okay. Look at these escalations right now, okay. You want to be there for a country that that doesn't even, and that is the same thing with the police, right? You really want to look how much money they get if you are the police right now. Why is it that they find no people doing the job, right? You have to write 10 sites, okay? You have to write 10 sites for something that nobody has interest in it again at all, okay, after you wrote it, okay? Like these, like I mentioned just a couple things from over maybe 100 or 1,000 things, okay? Is it something needed? Yes, because we need the police, right? Look at Jake, man. Jake is a wild beast, okay? Just like E. Okay, if you have no government, okay, no lawyers here, okay, then he would anyway do what he wants, man. Okay, which he does that if he has the chance. Okay, so don't give him the chance. Okay, so the police is of course important, right? The military is also important. Okay, but with at least the military, okay, yeah, I said it already. Yeah. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. Okay? They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. And in that day, there shall be a wood of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people too. It shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Patros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not envy vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west. They shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over twice hot. And there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt. End of the day, verse 1, chapter 12. And in that day thou shalt say, O Lord, I will praise thee. Thou wast angry with me, thine anger is turned away, and thou comfortest me. Behold, God is my salvation, I will trust and not be afraid, for the Lord Yahweh is my strength. This Bible says Jehovah, which is the King James Version. Okay, this is the first King James Version that I see, physical King James Version that I see. Oh, I have to put that out first. Never did that. Okay, there is no Old Testament. Right. Then if I see the other one, I also... Ah, here it is. Yeah. So it says Jehovah, but Jehovah is not the name of the Lord. Is my strength and my song here also is become my salvation. Therefore with joy shall ye draw water. You find videos on that on my channel. Okay? Out of the wells of salvation, and in that day shall ye say, praise the Lord, call upon his name, declare his doings among the people, make mention that his name is exalted, sing unto the Lord, for he hath done excellent things, this is known in all the earth, cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Israel in the midst of thee. Look, they use every Asian thing, they use it, even Eastern, right? Okay, which is a ancient heathen, I believe, woman laying an egg, the woman in the heaven laying an egg, and I believe even the mother of Nebuchadnezzar. No, not Nebuchadnezzar. Of the first Hamite, right? First big Hamite. Right. So basically, he came out. What is his name called? I forgot his name. Yeah, but he came out of that egg, maybe, or something. I don't know. But they cleave to Eastern, right? But when it comes to the Bible, they say Old Testament and New Testament. Huh? Makes no sense. Okay, makes no sense. And people believe that stuff, right? People believe that stuff. So why would it say Old Testament or New Testament? Makes no sense. Yeah, which I mean the king of Babylon, right? So uh, he came out of that egg, and that's how you have Easter today, okay? So at least here in Germany, they have a holiday called Easter, right? So Old Testament, New Testament, of course, is something really important for these people, right? But Easter, right? Easter, what is it? Christmas. They had Christmas back then, okay? They had Christmas back then. So they keep holding on these different ancient, very ancient customs, which there's no proof of all these things having anything making sense to them. Okay, so they, even people who consider, who say they are Christians or who say they are Israelites, okay, holding on to these kind of holidays and feasts, where you also have always these names for some reason, okay, like Jehovah or Yahweh or God and Jesus, okay, you always have these names appearing on these days and in these feasts, okay, you have that, but then they come to you and say, oh, the New Testament, which is a completely new thing compared to these things I mentioned, okay, for no reason at all, okay, but that's important for them, right? That's important for them to, you know, to have that, basically, that separation, okay? Makes no sense. Okay, maybe for some people it's better to have that separation to study the Bible, because you would know, oh, you know, these are the prophets and these are the apostles, or you know, the somewhat modern world, okay, with the Greeks, you know, and these things, you know, the Romans, and but then those are the ones who go in the books of Enoch, right? Those are the ones who go in the book of Enoch and tell you about giants on earth. Okay, those are the same ones. Okay. But they don't understand that it's just a matter of time between the prophets, like I said, and the time of Paul and different apostles. It's just a matter of a number. Okay, it's nothing more, nothing less. So why do you put Old Testament and New Testament in there? Makes no sense. Okay, but again, that is one of the most important things for them, right? But when it's about Easter, when it's about Christmas, which are highly satanic, by the way, okay, just go to the background of them. You have no other background. You have no other background to these things than these stupid stories, okay? What is her name? I don't know the name of this Eastern god, so-called godness, or what they call it. There is no other story, okay? Eastern doesn't come from a bunny, whatever you would believe in that, okay? Where you have to find eggs, okay? And this is what we did as a child here in Germany. On Easter there were eggs from, you know, the parents. They had eggs somewhere hidden, and then you had to find them, right? Okay, but even if it's that, okay, or whatever nations, okay, whatever nations use it, however they use that feast, It's never making more sense than that, or than this Eastern godness back then, okay, laying an egg, okay, where the prince came out, okay, the king of Babylon. Okay, I believe it was him, I don't know. Okay, the first, the most, what is it, most seen Hamite, okay, king of Babylon, the Tower of Babel, right?
Kannst du auch
Ja, Nebukadnezar.
aufnehmen, dann sind wir vielleicht gut. Zeigst du mir das Bild?
Yeah, and you people, you holding up to something like that, and but if we say that there is no Old Testament or New Testament, okay, you say, oh, that doesn't make sense. Okay, but Eastern makes sense, right? You will have no answer to the question where Eastern comes from, but only what you can find about it, and all the things that you can find out about it is exactly those most weird, stupid, senseless backgrounds of these feasts. Okay, that you even have established as a holiday in your fucking country. Okay, it's even a holiday. Okay, you find stuff about it. You find stuff on it in the next supermarket, and basically 2 months before the holiday really is already. Okay, but if we say to you there is no Old or New Testament, you say, oh, that doesn't make sense. But Eastern makes sense. Go the fuck out of here, man. Which this goes back to the Tower of Babel. Okay, this Eastern stuff. Okay, this Christmas stuff. Okay. And what else they have, man? I don't even remember. Halloween. Okay, where does Halloween come from? Not sure, really. Not sure. But it has to have it has to do most likely with maybe funerals, maybe dead people, okay, summoning dead people, maybe in that direction. Okay, last time I checked it out, it was somewhere around these lines. Okay, I believe it was even from Europe somewhere. Okay. People bringing back the dead, that's why you have crazy looking people, okay, with masks on and with, okay. Where does it come from, if not from the dead or from the ancient, demon summoning people, okay? Summoning dead people, or trying to summon dead people, which is not an unrealistic thing. Okay, there are people right now, okay, on their next project, okay, summoning some dead, some demon, okay, acting as he is, or having the abilities of a dead person. Okay, you have somebody that I saw a video of somebody, which I have no proof for that, but there's a lot of proof out there. If you don't know, okay. For example, legendary painters. Okay, you have people summoning demons that can paint just like that painter. Okay, check out Satan wanting the body of Moses. Okay, so there's a lot of things, like even the Bible already says there are more things than men understand shown to you. Okay, and these are things where even Michael even discussed. Okay, where the Archangel Michael. Okay, which the term Archangel is in the Bible, if you don't know. Okay, the term angel and the term Archangel is also in the King James Word. Okay? So the Archangel Michael, okay, he saw Satan wanting the body of Moses. Okay? And he, it turned out that he received it. Okay? Yeah. Which, that doesn't mean that our Archangel Michael is weak, okay, but that shows also that he has to go by rules also, which in that situation he couldn't do something against it because it was from a higher power. And guess what? Right now the Archangel Michael has his maybe one of the most important missions for the Archangel Michael, okay, is right now to protect the elect, okay, from Satan escalating, as the dragon who he is, okay, in these last days, okay. Yeah. So so angels are around, but you don't see them, right, physically. Okay. So that's further proof. That's further proof that that there is a spirit. There is a spirit, okay, that comes with these feasts. Okay, you celebrate these feasts. Okay. In the same sentence, you talk about Old and New Testament. Okay, there's a spirit, a demon that comes with that. Okay, using the name Jesus. How much videos are out there about using the name Jesus automatically is bringing demons into your mind? Okay. Okay. Chapter 13, the burden of Babylon. Yeah, right, which this is the modern Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for mine angel, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, the Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Yeah. Basically, you have right now a feminist kingdom, of course, which this itself, okay, will turn out to something where you would say, okay, but in times of war, what really happens? Okay, what happens in a time of war? Okay, look at North Korea. Okay, this will be the new I don't know, the new Western country in some cases. Okay, or look at these other Islamic countries sometimes. Okay, like women who, yeah, who behave different. Okay, so right now, if we talk about war, okay, then that's not something dangerous. Okay, it just happens basically everywhere at the same time at the moment. But okay. So right now it's nothing to fear, right? But let's just say you are out there alone as a woman, okay, and World War III really begins, okay, and you just know, oh, there was these men teaching the Bible, talking about a third world war, okay, and that they will be seeking protection from the power of the Bible, okay, which his name is not Jehovah, okay, and for some reason, you are really some kind, at least of some kind of protected, or you just don't have bad luck. Maybe it appears as not having bad luck, but really it's protection from things that you don't see. Again, okay. So of course, a woman just naturally will seek to enjoy time with you because she thinks, oh, if I'm around that kind of man, okay, I don't know why he is talking about the Bible all the time, or why he has a Bible in his, I don't know, okay, in his somewhere in his things hidden, okay. You best believe she saw that, okay. I don't know why he has a King James Bible and he wrote Yahweh in that Bible, okay. But if I'm with that dude, I experienced that I'm somewhat protected from whatever it is, okay. Who knows what will come, okay. Exactly. Just because you have the truth of the Bible, you don't know what comes, okay. Which this last escalation of wars, okay, is so big that basically anything can happen, okay. And also you have different countries with different systems, different governments, okay. And the German government is something to fear, okay. Not that you fear them as like you fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, but they are able to do the most you would say caveman or things, the most strange things, okay, just because they are in a position to do it. But that is really something you don't know. You don't know what they do, but you really think sometimes, okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of like sarcastic, okay. Like you don't fear, of course, the German government, okay, or Angela Merkel, okay, but the way these people behave, okay, you can basically not calculate with what happens next, man. Okay, this is what I mean. Okay, like this is something. Okay, what are you doing now, Germany, right? What are you doing now? This is basically what you think all the time. Okay? Verse 13, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased vow, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust to, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, which sword just means weapons in general. I give you that information right now, okay? In the time where this was written down, there was no gun. Okay, there was no pistol, okay, there was no, how do you call it, black powder, okay, maybe there's a term for it, I don't know, but black powder, you know, is a certain mineral, okay, yeah, there was, but people don't know what to do with it, or how to, I don't know how it is created even, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, when that was written down, there was no pistol, okay, or AK-47, okay, or whatever, okay. There was also no UFO, okay, unidentified flying object. These are modern terms, okay. You bugged out freaks out there, okay. What is so hard about that to understand? Okay, you really have to be a caveman, okay, to listen to people who have a hard time explaining you the Bible how it should be explained, okay, telling you that you can't find the term UFO in the Bible or UAP, which UAP came actually after after 2000, okay, even after 2020, but okay, it's just a new term, the new term for a UFO, okay, and you just don't want to understand, okay, that you can't find the word UFO in the Bible because it's written in a different time. But I tell you something. You will find Eastern in the Bible. Okay, Eastern. What is Eastern? Google it right now. Google it right now and give me one point that makes in the most far out way some just a little bit sense. Exactly, you will not find it, okay? Because Eastern is the most bugged out, stupid shit ever. Just like Christmas, whatever you celebrate there, okay? Because I don't see the term Christmas in the Bible, and the Gregorian calendar and a tree, okay, with gifts under it, that is not in the Bible. The most near thing to that is actually a prophet talking about they put trees out of, roughly paraphrasing, out of the forest, and yeah, basically worshipping other gods, right? So that is basically Christmas in an ancient fashion, okay, but the same thing, just with different name, okay. You have feasts in the Bible, okay, but they are not Eastern, okay. That's why it is important to have the right translation, okay, because some German Bibles even, okay, give you actually the word Eastern and some, yeah. So there is no other way than to study, okay, because, yeah, makes no sense, man, makes no sense, okay, because you, as a human being, you are in the ability, you have the option to look for that word Eastern and look where it comes from, okay? And why is it that this translator used the term Eastern if that's not the term in the source, okay? In the Masoretic text, for example, okay? or in the, I mean, not the Masoretic text, in the Textus Receptus, okay, the Greek version, I mean, it's in a so-called New Testament, I mean, okay. Yeah, I believe Eastern is only if you find it then in those stupid translations in the so-called New Testament. Yeah. Yeah. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty, therefore shall all hands be faint and every man's heart shall melt. Verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces. Yeah, angel doesn't care. I told you that a lot. If you are animal, or if you are young man being 12 years old, or if you are 3 years old, an angel, if he has the command to do so, he just kills you with no emotion. Emotion. Okay, emotion is maybe something human, I don't know, but Yahweh said he is an envious power, so maybe that's not emotion, but it has emotional, it has aspects to it that have to do with emotions, but I would be careful to say that why Yahweh shall have emotions, okay? But as a human being, of course, you would spare maybe, okay, I don't know, maybe, okay, your weak flesh, okay, if there really is a time and a day, okay, where you have to command also to basically act like an angel, just putting people in chains, okay, or killing people, you know, which, like the video from beloved Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar, I heard yesterday, okay, you can do that in the kingdom, okay, here you have no command to do it, so let's just say a day, okay, then guess what? Yeah, like I said, an angel has no emotion, so an angel doesn't care if you, you know, doesn't care, okay? It even says that in the scriptures, okay? Don't spare, okay? Doesn't matter what it is, okay? If it's a banana or if it's a living being, okay? In the end, it's just again something with the Spirit of God in it. Okay, with God goes back to the word powers, if you don't know, which is power and plural. Yeah, and that's maybe sometimes you have to go to these last days sometimes, okay? If you see, I don't know, you see a lot of corpses laying around, you see maybe, yeah, a lot of stuff, okay, which I have no proof. I have no proof that this will happen to your exact country, that in your country will be the exact same situation than in another country, but it will be a worldwide thing with the MOTB and with the escalation. Right now, if I am in Ukraine right now, okay, in this certain dangerous zones, then I'm obviously not in the same situation, okay, than me standing here at the moment, okay? If I do camp in a military zone in Ukraine right now, okay, I would not be, okay, that cool right now, okay, looking in the camera, okay, you see, yeah, okay, so we have to wait, be patient, and look how it worked out for us. Okay, the scripture says, don't be mindful of how the unrighteous will be punished, but be mindful of how the beloved elder apostles, bishops, and camp leaders and camps and brothers all the way down, okay, will be saved. Okay, like, yeah. Okay, fuck these people. They don't know what they do day in, day out anyway, man. Okay, but you know, making holes in the air with their eyes, day in, day out, right? Yeah, here it says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces. Okay, before that, their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Okay, this is a hard thing. Okay, you know, you love your wife, right? And there comes some military man raping your wife in front of your eyes. Okay, that is not a light thing. Okay, or you know, raping. Yeah, raping. Okay, all your whole family, man. Okay, some whatever man, okay, from a far country or from your country comes in raping your family, raping you. That is not a light thing, okay? Or shooting your whole family off, okay? Okay, these things happen already in Ukraine, in Russia. Okay, don't know the exact location, but it goes into Russia also. Okay, or in these different conflict zones. I mean, right? Some of them are in Russia also, I believe. Is it not that? Is it not the case? Okay. Or families sitting in the living room, if you wouldn't call it a living room if you can call it a living room still, okay? Hearing just all the time, right? Can't even sleep because somewhere, you best believe you will hear it, okay? Somewhere far away there's a bomb or a rocket hitting, okay? You hear it kilometers away. Okay, depends, of course, okay? Yeah. So we will see what Germany, you know, Germany has its ways to always, you know, like a little child cleaving to the most evil just to survive, right? This is Germany, right? So now they have, you know, I don't talk about that, right? But you see how they move, and you see, right, that they are not strong, right? They just now we are so international, okay, that Germany is really everything. Germany is really everything. Doesn't matter what you want, you have it, okay? And this makes Germany also, of course, some kind of strong enemy, if you will, okay? Putin knows that also, or this dancing dude with high heels. What is his name? The president of Ukraine. I forgot his name. Yeah. Okay. This dude also. Okay. They know Germany. Okay. So there's some kind of protection, of course. The sort of protection that the hour wants on a certain country or a certain escalation. Great. Okay. I know. For example, if I play games, okay, there are certain games that I play, ego shooter, you maybe call it. Okay, just for fun. It's not that I play that every week or every day. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Yeah, sometimes I had even mobile phone games, but I don't have that anymore. And yeah, if you have Russians, or I believe most cases they are Russians, okay. But if you have Russians or Ukrainians in your team, I always knew, okay, these are good fighters, okay. Yeah, to be honest, okay. I never had fear of not winning the game or the round, right? For some reason, okay. So they are, of course, yeah, not so soft like us. I mean, okay. They are right now in a completely different position in life, okay, where they have to deal with these things, okay, coming from a different background, in general, looking different at life, okay. Yeah, so of course there are a lot of differences from country to country, but then next day you see other people, um, yeah, like there's in every country a different thing going on, okay, to end the topic really, okay.
Die Einkaufsliste vielleicht schon noch besorgen.
Yeah, of course, but if you look at Russians or Ukrainians, you don't see a lot of them with a beard, okay? These younger ones, okay? Younger dudes or younger, yeah, okay? Maybe in the mafia, which every country has its mafia, so to speak, here in Germany at least. Oh. Yeah, you have a lot of Russians, of course, wearing beards, or a lot of Ukrainians, okay, but yeah, okay, so you see different things happening. But to be honest, I don't want to have something to do with people outside of these games that, you know, no, careful. Scripture says don't let even somebody in your house that doesn't come with this doctrine, okay? Sometimes you maybe want to fish people, okay? So you're acting nice. You try to figure out what they are about, okay? But you always have to consider their background, maybe, okay? And some people, you know, it could be dangerous, right? So some people flee here from Ukraine or from Russia or from China, and they are persecuted, right? So you being in contact with them can mean you some way in their, you know, in their side right now, so to speak, okay? You know, that is of course an extreme example, but if you put people from a war zone here, okay, you just calculate with some of them being persecuted directly here. It doesn't matter if it's here or there, okay? So that's just a general thing, I would say, okay? Maybe just a few dangerous, few not dangerous. But in your country, you know, you have people, you have what is it, child trafficking in your country, in your city. Okay, these things are normal, right? So it's just normal if you see a Russian or Ukrainian dude. Okay, you talk with them, you are friends with him. Okay, and next day he is maybe killed. Okay. Or you talk with somebody. Actually, that's a high person, okay, in the mafia. Okay, you know the reality is, you would say, always worse than you think and always more complicated than you think. Okay. Yeah. Especially Russians are sometimes they just talk with you a little bit, okay, and they know, okay, they know sometimes what you are about, right? They have a different spirit on them, right? Which I think they are not that feminist as the Ukrainians, of course, okay. That's not because I see some maybe Ukrainians with black clothes or something. Okay, I know Russians wearing black clothes. That's not or listening to some, like, I would be careful with that. But but you see of course that there's something not right with Ukraine. There's something not right with that country, man. Okay, but I'm not the one to judge. Okay, but if you have a president dancing in high heels, okay, being an actor in his past, then you know there's something not right. While Putin, okay, I don't know, I believe he is doing sports, okay. Yeah, you would say he does a lot of things that are, but to be honest, again, I'm not the one to judge. But if I see a president in high heels dancing, do I have to become like that living in this country? I hope not. Okay. Am I involved in killings if I live in a country and my president is killing people? Okay, which he believes he's in a war. Okay, which he's right. We are in a war. Okay. No. It's that simple. Okay? So you have, I heard that, okay, you have people young men being separated from their family to go to war, right? So some of these people were just raised like that, okay, and then they go to war and they fight for their country, okay, not in high heels, okay, but maybe some of them also not with they will not stay there maybe, okay, because they see that they're not treated good enough. Who knows, okay, who knows, okay, but you are not the judge, okay. But so, if I see a president in high heels, you best believe I judge that. Okay, that is just living in this country. I would just say, oh, I move out, man. Okay. And maybe I would also move out if I don't want to go to war for Russia. Okay. So, doesn't matter. All these things doesn't matter. All what is important is, okay, the scripture, okay, going to war for the words of God, okay, not for some president dancing in high heels, or for some president, the Soviet Union, okay, the old Soviet Union, okay, we need that back, okay. You already know America hates you, right? So you see already that this will end in a last war. You see it, you just know it, okay? You really think Putin all of a sudden stops, okay, with Moab, for example, okay? Moab really doesn't care about other nations also, okay? Moab is one of the most strongest nations, which is the Chinese, okay? Like nobody cares really about what others do, okay? Guess where this ends, or what this only can end in? Exactly, in a war, okay? Because you will be confronted sooner or later, okay? If every nation does what it wants, okay, you will be, at some point, you will be confronted with each other. It's just what happens, right? Yeah.
Той мой приятель, что ему такое?
Behold, I will stir up the meats against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Yeah. Chapter 14. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hot bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That thou shalt take up the spoil against the king of Babylon, and say, how had the oppressor seized, the golden city seized? The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hinder it. The whole earth, yeah, like America is looking at the BRIC states, okay, being too strong, okay, as the number one enemy, of course. You know, America wants to have the most power, the most weapons, okay, the nukes, okay. Nobody is allowed to, and nobody should be allowed to have nukes, okay, besides America, of course. What? Sorry? People? No. What? Sorry.
I don't speak good English. What do you mean?
Teaching the Bible.
Ah,
Yes. But be careful, there's a camera, camera involved. I film myself.
wow.
If you don't, yeah,
Okay, sorry.
don't want that, you can just stay there talking to
sorry,
me.
sorry.
It's no problem.
Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, this is just the Bible, and these are the the most important things you would say, or say as a maybe Christian, or don't know, Muslim maybe, where you come from. And this is the number one prophecy right now, the
I can make
MOTB.
photo?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Welcome. These are the most important things, I would say, for people who are not familiar with the Hebrew Israelites, or we believe the doctrine of the Bible. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we call ourselves the prophets of the last days.
Thank you. Welcome. Sorry for.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
So, wenn wir uns das dritte Mal sehen, dann gibt es Schnaps, so was wollte ich gerade sagen.
Da war die Hausverwaltung platt.
Genau.
Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Yeah, if you put the oppressor down, there will be no oppressor anymore. Yeah. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? This means basically light bearer, okay, which Yahweh is the real light bearer, okay. I believe Lucifer means to enlighten, okay, look that up maybe, if you want. Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Yeah, Satan always has a cheap copy of holy or in general good things. Okay? You best believe that. If I learned something from this world, then that is one of the main things. Yeah, it's just, you know, just look at the Bible. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. You see, so he wants to be in the exact same position, okay, having his own angels, okay, this and that, you know, and maybe his own son, okay, which is, I would say, you would say it's the chief of the underworld. What is his name? Abaddon, right? So you have him basically being trying to make a cheap copy of everything that really was there from the beginning. Okay, like in the beginning there was nothing. Then God said there shall be light, and then there was light, and you know, which verse means universe comes from uni, which means one, okay, and verse, which basically universe means one sentence, okay. So it was created from even before Satan was created by the one who is really not created himself. So Satan is a creation, okay. How you know that? I don't know if you ever was reading, okay, the book of Ezekiel, but it says that right there, okay. So Satan is just a creation. That's, I don't know if you, if you know that. Okay, it is even prophesied about Satan, okay, even talked about Satan. He was created beautiful, okay, with this and that and such, okay, and then he fell from heaven, or, you know, fell from heaven, yeah, as a lightning, yeah. Yeah, down to the grave, basically, okay. Yeah, I have to look it up also, but I believe it was Abaddon, the chief of the chief of hell, basically, and not hell. Like there's no place where you won't burn forever, but you know, he's like the chief of the of Satan's angels, I believe.
Hey, fly back.
Yeah. Okay. Which didst weaken the nations. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Yeah, that's where it says that he comes from. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, okay, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? Yeah, it's not just America, right? Russia has cool prisons also, okay? Somewhere far from any civilization, man. Somewhere you have to go there by train, man. Okay, where you don't even know anymore how can be the whales there, man. Okay, but what was the last thing that happened? Okay, DJ Trump with his alligator prison predator system, man. Okay, the fuck is that? Okay, that can just be, I don't know, man. Okay, but of course we don't just have prisoners in America. Okay, of course. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit. As a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed the land and slain thy people, thy own people. Okay? The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, okay? That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay, I added that, no more, okay? Because right now, to be honest, everything is filled with not just heathen names, but also heathen cities, okay? And yeah. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. Yeah, this is something, if you don't believe in the Bible, this is really something you wouldn't even read, okay? Because it's kind of like a direct threat. Okay, if you don't believe in a power that can do that, this is basically a threat against human life, you would say. But everything that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai does is righteousness. So these prophecies talk about these last days, and guess what? You will see people dying. And before you ask, oh, why is this and that happening, or isn't that person dying? Before you ask that, you should ask, if there's something called coincidence or not, and then you will find out that everything is basically righteous. What happens? Okay, basically you can't see something, you can't witness something in this world, okay, not being righteous, really. Okay, I don't know, but for some people it's hard to understand that. Okay, but there's nothing happening that is not basically righteous. Okay, because in the end, even if it looks unrighteous, okay, or it appears to humans unrighteous, it will be made righteous, like the happy end of a movie, right? Yeah. So you see some pure man out there struggling, okay, but guess what? He's not always struggling, okay? You have one Russian 20 years old man being in war, okay, fighting for his life. He was raised by a beautiful mother, by a beautiful father, okay? Maybe he never heard of the Bible, can be, okay? But he's dying in the war. Guess what? Okay, it's not the last end of him. Okay, you have one Ukrainian dude dying in the war. Okay, without Bible or with Bible. Guess what? It's not the last end of him. Okay. What you see is not what really is the case. Okay. If what you see is really the case, then these women are really forever above us. Okay, but that's not the case. Okay? Imagine a world like that forever. Okay? Just imagine. Which we have good things, of course. We have good things, right? But is it not that what is happening? Okay, war. Okay? War that will come to pass, will definitely come to pass. Okay. Okay. Unrighteousness against our people. Okay. The apple of the Lord's eye. Okay. That is, yeah, you don't believe that, but that is coming to you women also. Okay. That is coming to you women also. Okay. You know, you corrupt not all women, okay, but you women out there, okay, you can't be above us, because this will be where it ends, okay, our people being in this position forever, okay, because it's just like how it was in the garden, okay, you you team up with Eve, with the serpent, with the serpent. Okay, you team up with the serpent against what? Okay, life in general. I tell you that. Life in general. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I talk about that woman who says, "Where's thy God?" Okay, I talk about that woman. Okay. I will also make, verse 23, it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said the Lord of hosts. 24, the Lord of hosts had sworn, saying, surely as I have talked, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. That I will break the Assyrian in my land, and upon my mountains tread him on the foot, then shall his yoke depart from off them. Yeah, also I wanted to say, you women, you oftentimes act as you are all about life, raising children, being fruitful, multiplying, right? But the best way to do that is if we have more women in the kingdom, okay, not by you as a woman having more than one man. Okay, you have to understand that. Okay, so what is so hard about understanding that the best way to multiply, which Israel is a nation that should be multiplied in the kingdom at least, because not every Israelite is an Israelite right now. Okay, according to their mind, being not circumcised in their mind, and of course also in their flesh. Okay. But the most important thing, you know the story, okay? But you don't understand, okay, that men have to be above you to bring back the nation, okay? As a woman, you are not built to have more men. Your brain starts to be confused because a sperm doesn't leave your body. That is common, really simple science. But as a man, you are built to have more women. I don't say do that right now. Actually, it's even not allowed in your country, okay? But you know what I mean, okay? So, yeah, on one hand, okay, we have the father, not the mother, okay? And on the other hand, it's just common and most simple science, okay, that you as a woman, you are not in the natural circumstance itself to be with more men, also not in the kingdom, okay, also not in the kingdom. to make, how the Bible says it, a nation out of one man is to give him a woman, which if you give him one woman, a woman can only have, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 children at once in her womb. I don't know. I believe 3 or 4 is the maximum. I don't know, man. Okay, but yeah, she can have twins, you know, and this and that, right? But if you give him 10 women, he can bring back almost, basically a lot of people, okay? And that is how the kingdom works, okay? But imagine a woman in the kingdom being kings, queens, I mean, okay? Queens. Imagine a kingdom which we're in right now, okay, of queens, okay? Then you have a so-called Nicki Minaj shaking her ass in a video, man. You will have that in the kingdom still, man. If it's that, okay? Like completely freak show, man. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want that. Okay, we don't want that. Okay. But basically, this is all what people are waiting for. Okay. If this kingdom turns out to, I don't know, man. Okay, to be a ultimate superwoman kingdom. Okay, from this right now to a superwoman kingdom. Okay, where you have Nicki Minaj, her ass in the heaven shaking, doing a twerk from the heaven, man. This is what these people wish for, really, in the night, man. Okay, fucking crazy. Sorry for my French. But this is basically what women also are. Okay, they are here to give you or to gift children to you, basically, being a help, being virtuous and holy. Okay, and not calling you what is it? Okay, calling you a jerk because you I don't know, maybe you forgot to buy a coffee yesterday, so they call you a jerk and start to discuss with you 3 days until they go to E, okay, to leave you with a contract, to make money out of you, okay, because they found a new man maybe who has 100 euro more a month, okay. I don't know what to say, man. Okay, but this, if you don't see that this is a queendom, then I don't know what to say. Okay? Then really I don't know what to say. Okay? Like this woman was looking at me already, okay? But I don't know what's wrong about that, having virtuous and holy woman. Okay, a woman doesn't need to suck every last dick out there every day. Okay, that's just what it is. There's no need for that. Okay, is it common? Yeah. I believe the last woman that really brought it to the max is the one woman that I believe she had sex with, I believe 100 men in 1 hour. What her goal was. Okay. Yeah, it's just normal, so to speak, but it doesn't mean, okay, that you are built for these things. Okay, it doesn't mean that you are built for these things. Okay, you are not basically built for these things, man. Okay, but it's of course, you know, it's sad. Okay, it's sad. Okay, and we as a Western world, we can learn from these countries, okay? From, for example, also from a country like, from every country you can learn something, right? In the end, they are all heathens, but what is so wrong about a woman being, you have a lot of mothers being in a great family, a great relationship from day one until he married her, okay, and they love each other for the rest of their life, having children. When their children are old themselves, okay, eating together, and you see your parents, being not enemies, okay, being not enemies. Forget it, man. Forget it. That is, people would say that's not holy today, man. People would say you have Christians coming at you, man. That's not holy. A woman needs to have 2 or 3 partners to really see if it's really the best partner. Okay, that's holy. That's a holy. A holy relationship can only be if she made those experiences and then she found her new, her real man. Okay? Crazy. Okay? That's where you land if you don't have a 100% doctrine, a 100% established order. Okay? That is what happens. All kind of ideas. I don't understand what is so unholy about a big family, an elect in the kingdom having a big family, and all those women have a good time. Okay, they have a. It's not about that, but they have a good time and have a lot of children. Okay, a rich partner. Okay, it's not about that. Okay, Scripture just says you are rich. Okay, you are pure here, but you are rich. So that is, in the end, it proves just further that you are what you are. Okay, as soon as a man has money, okay, more than 10 men together, you best believe you have a lot of women just wanting to be your partner because of your money. Okay, this proves further. Okay, this proves further that you are not naturally built to be over a man, because you are corruptible. Okay, a man, he doesn't care about women if he like for example, he knows he is maybe losing his wife for even if he tries to hide it, okay, having a YouTube channel preaching the Bible, but not preaching Jesus, okay? But even that brings people in anger about you. But let's just say, okay? Then a man will not stop doing that, okay, because he loses maybe 10 women, okay? Or all his money maybe even, okay? Like I said, there's a difference. There's a difference again between man and woman. Not because I'm a right wing activist. Okay, but where shall I start? Okay, you have no PP. Okay, I think that's a really simple thing to understand. Okay. Guess what? You can't. This is the most important thing, okay? Because you think there's no science behind what is often mentioned. And guess what? You can't bring back the Israelites. Okay, you have no PP. Okay, bringing back the Israelites, you need a PP. Okay, you PP. You know, you have to talk with these children like that, because there's no other way to make them understand. Okay? You have to bring back the nation of Israel as soon as possible. Okay? Because otherwise you will have the best oppressor, okay, the most, what is it? Yeah. The most cruel and lying oppressor over you forever, which is Amalek. Okay? Amalek. If you don't understand the term Amalek, then maybe you understand Mossad, or maybe you understand the 1948ers. Not all of them, okay? You have religious groups that actually really want to seek the existence of life. Okay? Yeah, you know, who wants that, man? Who wants to have Amalek ruling over? Who wants to have Amalek ruling over him, or over, yeah. No, you know, that is not what you know. It can make you angry. Can make you angry. Okay. Makes people angry. It makes people angry. Okay, especially actually even those right wing. Yeah, maybe just people in general. Okay. Guess what? Even there's a balance. Having Amalek in rulership and having the you know, the Nazis are really aggressive. A lot of them. Okay, so there's a balance to it. Okay. You would have them escalating without Amalek, but you would have Amalek escalating without them. Right? So we will see how it all works out for these people out here, man. Because with being the first of the nations, there's also a price to be the first of the nations. Amalek. Okay? Like, you can't just be the first of the nations, okay, without being, you know, like, look how evil the world is, okay? Look how evil the world is. I even admit, to stay in that position, you have to have tactics, okay, like the Mossad, like, you know, people would think, oh, that's too cool, okay, I wouldn't do that. They do it. And guess what? There's a price to everything. Everything. Okay? So, these Nazis are here for a reason, man. Okay? To have a balance. To have a balance. Okay? Okay, there's a balance to everything. I just told you that there is nothing unrighteous happening. Yeah. yeah, weaken the nations. Yeah, the Nazis also weakened the nations, right? So you actually you make a good pair, you both. Okay. The only how you say in English neutral neutrality. I don't know. I have to learn more English, but is really those who preach the 100% doctrine. Okay, you can say they are not politic in any way. Okay, because you don't harm people, you keep the laws of your land as far as it is on you. Okay, you have actually disabled people. Okay, that just act like disabled people. I just say how it is. Okay, they're not every time the best, the best social partners you want to have. Yeah, but in general, okay, you can't say anything. Okay, you can't say anything against people who teach the truth of the Bible. Okay, we are also not in I don't know, China or North Korea, or I don't even know. I'm not up to date, but I believe North Korea is still the most dangerous place to study a Bible. Or was it North Korea? Yeah, I believe it is North Korea. Okay, remember that one dude who had that build from Kim Jong-un. Okay, he just took it. Okay, and then he was, I believe, 15 years in prison. Then he died after he was in prison. Maybe he was killed. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see? So please tell me what is righteous about chipping every last human out there, okay, making them completely, basically transforming them to animals, okay, that you can kill off with pressing a button, okay? What is so holy about that? If you can answer me. Also, I don't understand what is the problem of the Son of God being a so-called black man. Okay, science clearly tells you, not just the Bible. Okay, Adam from the earth being brown, and first human beings were sun resistant. Okay, I don't understand what is so. The Bible gives you the information that he has hair as wool. Okay, where's the problem now? Okay. What is holy about you if you don't even accept what the Bible says itself that you believe in? You see? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. There you have it. Verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And then verse 19, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden on their feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Yeah, that is the problem. You have the seed of evildoers being multiplied in the earth. Okay? And that is a big problem. Okay? That is a big problem. I don't know. I really don't advise you or recommend visiting the dark web, but a lot of stuff, what you see there is not legal, okay? No, you are not allowed to go into the darknet and watch torture videos. This is not allowed. Okay, this is not legal in Germany. This is not legal. Okay, but is there a lot of stuff, especially in the darknet, okay, that you would consider the reality of this world? Yeah. Okay, and your elites are also not the ones you sometimes think they are, man. Okay. Are there vampires or web? How do I say it? Webtoon nerds? I don't believe that. Okay. I don't believe that. I believe there are angels, there are demons, which demons just means intelligence, and I know that there are unexplained, of course, things. But really, that just proves furthermore that that what you don't see is above what you see. Okay, if you can't explain something, then you can't explain something. Okay, but it still happens. Okay, and all you people out there, okay, thinking that this is the kingdom of God, you are wrong. This is hell from beneath. Okay, this is hell from beneath. Okay, this is the place of judgment for you people, also for me. Okay, but I see it. Okay, I see it. You don't see it. Okay, or you don't want to see it. That's better said. Okay. Yeah, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. Yeah, if I would knew that my forefathers did all this to the children of God for actually no reason, you can read that. Okay, in the end it was somewhat righteous. Okay, it was just the sword of Yahweh himself. Okay, because we weren't keeping the commandments. But then it turned out that he himself is like that. Okay, and guess what? I would have shame on me. Okay, maybe I would live it up, but also I wouldn't say anything about the prophets, man. Okay, those who they just tell you how it is. Okay, that your forefathers are responsible for all the evil that happens in general, not just against our people. Okay? Like, look, really Edom is living it up. Okay? Like there are some Edomites that know, okay, that it's not the way to be godless in your life, but really shame on all of you. Shame on all of you who say anything about the prophets. Okay? The prophets just tell you the truth from the Bible. Okay? The prophets just tell you the truth of the Bible. Okay? The Lord of hosts had sworn, saying, surely as I have talked, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand, that I will break the Assyrian in my land, and upon my mountains tread him under foot. Then shall his yoke depart from them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. This is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. For the Lord of hosts had purposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand stretched out, and who shall turn it back? In the year that King Ahaz died, was his burden, rejoice not thou, O Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken, for out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent. And the firstborn of the poor shall feed, and the needy shall lie down in safety. And I will kill thy root with famine, and he shall slay thy remnant. Howl, O gate, cry, O city, thou whole Palestina are dissolved, for there shall come from the north a smoke, and none shall be alone in his appointed times. What shall one then answer the messengers of the nation? That the Lord had founded Zion, and the pure of his people shall trust in it. Yeah, like for example what also Ezra saw, right? With the red cup. Okay, like the fallen city, okay, is in a bitter state, in a bitter situation right now. Okay, look, this whole crazy stuff what you see, right? This whole crazy stuff what you see in the world right now, this all can be replaced with the golden city and holiness coming from the golden city into all world, basically like we was reading. Okay, the leopard with the child and the was it the sheep with the wolf, or the lion with the sheep? I mean, okay. So just imagine in what state, in what situation the holy city is right now. It just lays waste. I mean, right? Like this is nothing compared to the holy city being in place again. Okay? Like holy Zion. Okay? Holy Zion, the holy city, Jerusalem, New Jerusalem. Okay? Like this is no comparison. Yeah, and I believe it was Ezra's, right, who saw that. Okay? Like the city crying, basically. The woman that was shown to him. Okay, that was basically the holy city crying. I remember right, rough paraphrasing. Yeah, just imagine how better it would be. It can be, I mean, okay? Yeah, and I don't know, man. Okay, but this is not the kingdom you should look for. Okay, this is not. There is no future in this 2026. Okay, there is no future in 2027. It will be the same. It will be the same media lying to you. Okay, the same media lying to you. Will be the same AI videos lying to you. Okay. Will be the same persons, okay, who, who will make you bug out at home. Okay, I just saw something yesterday. Okay, strife between neighbors, a family. Yeah, but let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. Even in this world, you have to know how to deal with people in general. Okay, and if you have two neighbors striving because the children being over 20 years old playing soccer, okay, talking about I have an insurance if something from your garden is destroyed with the ball, okay, then you have the father playing with them. Then in the court you don't have in the court you don't even have him there, okay, who is responsible for all the madness, okay, hitting or what is it, boxing the mother because she said don't play near to my garden because I don't want to have my garden destroyed. Okay, then you have the father boxing her. Okay, then you have the court, and guess who is at the court? Okay, so these your so-called government has a limited might. Okay, have a limit. Okay, but what shows that? Okay, you can't trust really nobody. You have to be really you really have to move wise. Okay, and you really have to know how to deal with people in general. Okay, if I have people like that around me, okay, then what I do is I sell the house and try to make it out of there as soon as possible. Especially if my woman, okay, is attacked with bare hands because of a strife of children over 20 playing soccer near to your garden, and you fear your garden to have small problems. Okay. Now you're sitting in a talk show with 5 other German families talking about neighborhood strivings, but you still live there. Huh? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, but then they had somebody watching that house, but then they saw the garden being fucked up. They knew already it's that, it's where it comes from, or where it has to come from. And they, guess what? They don't want to buy that house. So what options are left, right? Exactly. Okay. I don't say you can't have problems believing in the truth of the Bible, but you slowly but surely understand how to deal with people, man. Okay? Really, nobody cares about you besides the church. Okay? The only people who care about you is really those who believe in the doctrine of the Bible full-heartedly. It is what it is. Okay? Because, with people trusting in this world, there comes a certain spirit with it. Yeah, everything is okay. Okay, tolerance for everything. Doesn't matter if it's people killing you. Okay, that's good. If people knife you. Okay, if people hate you. Okay, that's good, right? Okay. Amalek ruling over you, that's good. People with tuned cars, okay, riding 100 kilometers per hour in a dirty zone, okay. One of your children or your woman or your man died, okay, because they drive 70. Because they drive not 30 kilometers per hour but 100 or 70. Not just that day, every day, knowing the risks. Okay, that's good. That's good. Like really, if you're not in the truth, man, you really stand for nothing, because this world is really nothing. Okay, nothing. Okay. Nothing. Okay. I don't say don't enjoy your life, but remember that the Creator gave you life not to make you think that you are the Creator. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, you can feel as if you are God. Okay, look how these people, these pop stars, rappers, or whatever people live. Okay, but really in their heart they know I have really nothing to do. Okay, than just pleasure. Okay, look at Justin Bieber. Okay, what is wrong about him sometimes? You think really it's all a big cake? No, these people know it's a life completely in pleasure is also an empty life. Okay, so that's why you have normal people doing better than some of these prominent humans out there. Okay, that they actually live like they are gods, and they really feel as if they gods. And maybe they tell themselves in the mirror every morning, I am God, right? And really, there's nothing all in the whole day, okay, that shows them something different. Okay, in the end, you will have Amalek somewhere sitting on a on a seat. Okay, like Snoop Dogg when he like you know, maybe the one music video of Snoop Dogg when Satan basically was sitting on that seat, okay, watching him smoke weed, right? Mary Jane, how they say, right? Ja, lauf mich halt gleich rum. Ja? Look at dogs. Even dogs don't look like their all together ancestor back then, which is the wolf, if you don't know. Dogs are today complete mutations, if you don't know. Okay, this whole world lives of Satan's way of copy things. Okay, mutation, right? Fake AI. Okay, fake media oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes. Okay, some people would say magical accelerator somewhere in Switzerland. Okay, where they show you a satanic feast. Okay, visible openly, visible for everybody, open to visit for everybody. Okay, like they don't even know what they do. But let's just do it, okay? Let's just play. Or let's just summon demons. Whatever they do, okay, they did it back then already, okay? They did it already. But guess what? This is this world, okay? It lives of these things, okay? People farm dogs so they look a certain way. You really believe dogs looked like that some while ago? Every dog is a living mutation, basically, man. Okay, you don't need a radioactive radiation for that. Okay. I just saw, I believe, Turkish man who had no beard. So he was in the surgery to create hairs so he can have a beard, right? And that looked so fucked up that I believe he was even killing himself, man. Because it really looked, again, no proof for that, I just saw that. Okay, but there are a lot of people like that. I just know it. Okay, there is day in, day out. Okay, day in, day out. People invest in this fake world. Okay, people invest in this fake world. Okay, this is Satan's way. Satan himself acts like that. Okay, he tries to be the angel of light. Okay. He tries to make it seem as if he is an angel of light. Okay? Christmas, you know, Eastern, Old Testament, the evil God of the Old Testament. Whatever you would say that, okay? Okay? Like your government can go to war, okay, killing innocent people, but when Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay, wants to help his own people being underfoot since the time of you know, like like the slavery, right? He just wants to help them, not even in a harmful way. Okay, we're not out here attacking people, and that's something to fight. Okay, that's something to fight. Do you don't understand that this is completely hypocritical? Okay, but your government hating you more than you hate your life because you see you are in that position because of your government. Okay, for that government it's okay if they go around, okay, shooting off innocent people. Some of them, but nobody is really innocent. Okay. Yeah, it's all not making sense really. Okay, but the only thing that makes sense is if you understand that yes, you are as a human being, you are over the animals. Okay, you are over maybe other people. Okay, you have a good life. Okay, maybe you have 5 or 10 boats. Who knows, right? But it's not like you can enjoy life really. Okay. First of all, you can't live forever. Okay, you can't live forever, and you are not the creator. You was created. That's why it says about Satan that he was beautiful. Okay, because in his first creation, which there's only one creation, but first when he was created, he was so-called beautiful, whatever that means. Okay, taste is different, and somebody likes different thing, a certain car, and I don't like that car. Okay, so beautiful is of course a thing of definition. Okay. Can we come together and say that various different gemstones or diamonds are beautiful? Yes, everybody would agree that diamonds are beautiful mineral, right? So I hope that makes sense. And when we talk about Satan, then we talk about an angel that was gifted with those things, okay, making him a shining or strong-looking, even maybe angel. Okay, of course, angels are in general very strong, right? And the answer is, pride brought him down, but also he wanted to be like the Most High. He wanted to have, like we was reading, right? So really, yeah, that is how these people work the world, man. Oh yeah, I'm God. I don't need, they don't even look into the Bible, right? They don't even look into the Bible, right? You have people being in other religions. They look in their book, okay? They look for God, right? But yeah, okay. Only the truth. Only the Bible has the truth. Okay. So these people don't look for God, man. They just look in the mirror in the morning. Okay. I am God, right? But the answer is no. You are not God. You can't even go to war without the risk of being dead after the war. That is basically the reality. Okay? Because for you to be a god, you would have power over the things that are seen, over the things that are not seen, and over everything in general. Okay? So if Putin believes he is God, okay, how is it possible that even he, I don't know if you see his copy in the media, okay, or people with a mask, you have masks being so realistic today, trust me, you will not see that you don't have the real Putin talking to you a kilometer away, okay, from a higher standpoint there, okay. Trust me, you will not see it. Masks, okay, physical masks, okay, are so perfect today that you will not even think about having a fake talking to you. So you don't even need AI for a lot of stuff out there, okay? But the most stuff, to be honest, you see it on the media, and the social media also with AI, okay? Certain how's it called? Operation. Forgot the term. Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Psychological operation. How do you call it? Psyop. Yeah. Yeah. Psychological operation. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know where you live. Okay, maybe under a stone. But these things are not just possible, but very, very common. Okay? Very, very common. Okay? Psyop, a so-called psyop. Yeah, so basically, I just give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kakodash. Okay, Kal Tawada, which means all thanks to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kakodash. Okay, La means two. Okay, and Wa means and. Okay, so also, okay, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Okay, this is where I learned this too from, or where I only learn things from when it comes to the Bible. I just can't talk about myself. I don't know about viewers sometimes, right? Because I believe it was, where was it? I don't know, about the last video I watched was also about mixing what you hear. Was it even also the elder apostle Taha? I don't know. Sometimes I just listen and I don't remember even who it was. But some things that people say just don't leave your mind, right? There are a lot of things, of course, especially when it comes to the truth. But to be honest, that can confuse you if you listen to other doctrines, even if it's just for technical reasons. Okay, you might wanna know about some things that happened in that and that location in that and that time. So you hear to a professor, doctor, or whatever, right? Talking about the Bible, you best believe he will mix some Jesus in it if he is really about the Bible, in his opinion, of course, right? So some information might not be right what he says, and if you of course you do that sometimes, just being able to filter out of it what is important. But if you really listen to different doctrines, then this will sooner or later confuse you oftentimes. Okay, if you don't have the resistance or the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the truth, what it really is. Okay. Yeah. So with that, again, okay. Kal Tawada, La Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kakodash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Okay, GMS and. Yeah, looking forward, of course. Okay, not being in the suicide spirit. I mean, yeah, you hate. Let's be honest, okay. You don't love our lives here, but not being in the self-destroying mood. I know how hard it can be sometimes, even to keep your routine. Okay, people make it maybe sometimes hard for you, but you are over these people, man. Okay, you have more control than anyone else. Okay. Yeah, and looking forward, okay, for another day, okay, but not thinking that this day was made by its own or made by you, okay. People don't live because of you, okay. You don't have a woman because of you, okay. These things are created, okay. These things are created. Yeah. So of course there's something called matrix, okay. But the matrix, if you don't understand, okay, the matrix, if you don't understand, is not for you, okay. Actually, the writer of that movie, okay, doesn't even get the prize for what she did, because the matrix is not for you, okay. It's not for you, okay. Or yeah, doesn't like you, okay. So you need to have a backup against yeah, Satan, okay. You need to have a backup against Satan. People think they don't need a backup against Satan because Satan is for them, okay. But what if Satan is losing? What if Satan loses? What if Satan is losing and you are still on his side? He will turn against what? Against you. Not just against us. Okay? It always looks, oh, you know, Satan, the prophets are the worst enemy of Satan. He will be an enemy against you as soon as everybody will know that he really is already losing. Okay? So, Shalom mit Doppel-Honor CLS und Apostles of Gewissung. Okay, use your brain to think, and you don't even need your brain for that to know it. Okay? That is just the nature of even human being. Okay? That's the nature of human beings, man. And Satan was like that. Satan is basically the how you call it, the mastermind behind this nature, okay, the mastermind behind of it, okay. Yeah. How can I explain it? Yeah, basically you would say he lives off that, right? He lives off that, okay, because he knows he can't win. He knows he can't win. Okay, so if you know it, he just waits until you know it so he can turn against you. Okay? Yeah, that's how to explain it.